Hey guys, how you doing? Before we jump into this long anticipated video of the F-16 versus the F-18, I wanted to tell you about a giveaway that Thrustmaster is doing to celebrate 30 years in the world of flight simulators and the 10-year anniversary of the Thrustmaster Warthog. To celebrate, Thrustmaster are giving away an F-18 add-on grip, the F-16 stick, which you will notice is the same stick as the A-10, so you're also kind of getting an A-10 stick. And they're also going to give away the magnetic base that goes with the sticks so you can actually use them. All the prizes will go to one lucky winner in the US or Canada, and Thrustmaster themselves will ship it out to you should you win. To enter, simply go to the link provided in the comment section and the video description. Fill out the simple form and submit it. That will get you entered into the competition. Please ensure that you join the Discord below so I can actually message you and tell you that you've won the prize. Once we have a winner, I will send that information over to Thrustmaster and they will get you your prize. So congratulations to Thrustmaster on their many decades of fantastic service to the flight sim community, and good luck to all of you who enter the giveaway. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, we are in the F-18 Hornet today, and we are taking on an F-16. This fight really comes down to who can fight their own fight. The Hornet's going to want to go one circle, the F-16 is going to want to do a rate fight in a two circle. So we're going to see what happens. There's the merge, F-16's coming right, so we're going to go right as well. We're going to try to force a one circle fight because that's where we want to be. The F-16's kind of doing it for us here. He's coming one circle, but we'll see if he remains committed to this. But as long as he does, we do have a bit of the advantage here. He actually wins that merge very narrowly. And we're coming around the other way, reverse our turn. The F-16 continues to come one circle with us, so that's good for us. I'm narrowly going to win that merge, but I really had to pull on the stick to make it happen. And he's coming one circle again. Alright, I've kind of dumped the nose here to try to regain some sort of energy. And looks like we're getting into what looks like a rolling scissor here, which continues to be a one circle fight. So the Hornet's got a lot of the advantages here if I don't mess this up. This is really not how the F-16 likes to fight. Alright, we're keeping him out in front. So the idea here is to keep the lift vector behind the bandit and hope that he shoots out in front as we continue through the scissors. And there he is. He's off in front of us, now we just gotta kill him. Beautiful. Splash one. Okay, so what we're watching here is actually Feisty's track. Okay, I am flying the F-18 that he is about to merge with, and we're going to watch this from Feisty's perspective. We're going to see what the F-16 can do when it fights the way the F-16 is supposed to fight. You will notice a timer in the bottom right hand corner that will begin at the merge, and we will see how long it takes to get the kill. And there's the merge, timer starts. Okay, so Feisty's gone for a split S. I'm following that down with him. I'm trying to force that one circle fight that the Hornet wants to fight. And Feisty's going to win this one because he had about a pretty massive lead turn on me there at the merge. And once again, he's going to lead turn me here. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to continue to try to force that one circle fight. And here, I'm going to come out pretty neutral. So Feisty's going to realize that, and he's going to reverse. He's going to change the geometry of the fight here. He's going to go for a vertical raid fight. Now, it takes me a little too long to realize what he's doing, and therefore I find myself in a raid fight with the F-16. And there I am off in front of him as I try to, do something. He comes in for a high aspect gun kill. 53 seconds. Not bad. Okay, so we saw in the last fight how deadly the Viper can be if it fights its own fight. Alright, so just really to drive it home at this point, we're going to do another one where I'm in the Hornet and I'm going to try to force another one circle fight with this F-16. And hopefully he's going to take the bait so that we can really drive home the point of how the Hornet wins and how the Viper wins. Alright, now it looks like at this point we've managed to successfully force a one circle fight. We'll see if we can stop the Viper from forcing a two circle at some point. Alright, now we are behind him, and it looks like he's coming back down. He probably would have been better off staying high, because I didn't really have the energy to climb up there with him. And here we are. We're back in a one circle fight here. He comes close to crossing right above us and maybe getting an opportunity, but just not enough for him. And you can see how we're kind of in a nose position fight here, which is really where the Hornet just missed him there. It's really where the Hornet is going to excel in this kind of fight here. Again, we missed him. Alright, so we're in a scissor with him here. Nice little rolling scissor. He almost gets a shot off there, but he just doesn't have the nose authority to make that work. And he was a little late on his shooting there. So we got lucky with that one. And you can see here we finally forced him out in front. So once again he loses the one circle fight against the Hornet. This is exactly where the Hornet likes to be. There are ways for the F-16 to win, but it's very difficult. And there it is. There's the kill. Alright, one more fight from Feisty's perspective. This is his track that he sent me, so we're going to go ahead and watch and see Feisty try to force a two-circle and show us how the Viper is going to destroy the Hornet in that fight. There are some things that the Hornet can do, maybe to prolong the fight, or possibly flip the tables, but it's going to be difficult for the Hornet. So there's the merge. Hornet's going high. Feisty's gone for a split S here. And there you go. We're in a two-circle. And he's positioned nicely behind the Hornet. Notice the Hornet reverses the turn, trying to force a one circle again. Feisty's going to turn around, and we got ourselves a two circle here. So now that we're in this rate fight here on the deck, this is where the Viper loves to fight. And so he's going to get into his max rate speed, which for the F-16 is kind of like a plateau, more so than a specific speed. And this is the situation where the Hornet will struggle against the F-16 right here. You can see Feisty going a little high, trying to reposition inside of the turn circle. And he's starting to solve some problems here. And I see that, and I tighten down the turn. You see that tighten down? I had to bleed a decent amount of energy, but I tightened and I got out of his HUD. And so he has to go high, and he's going to come back down. And I just reversed a little late. And he got me. If I had reversed sooner, we could have had a different situation, but I was a little late on it, and the F-16 is going to win. Very, very good example of an F-16 doing a rate fight there. Alright guys, so here's our Tacview. This is, I think, the first fight that we did. You can see me drop my nose here a little bit, just trying to build some speed. You can see COVID-19 doing the exact same thing. This is called a pre-merge setup. Alright, you're just setting yourself up to get your good energy states before the merge. And you can see he's going to go to the right, and I'm going to, well, to his left and my right, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn into him. This is going to force the one circle fight. Okay, for those of us who are not familiar with the one circle, two circle fight, this and this is one circle because it forms one circle. If I had come this way and the F-16 had turned this way, we would have had a two circle, right? Because you can see it forms two circles. Okay, and that becomes a rate fight. So this is where we are, a one circle fight. We'll go ahead and turn on the labels here. You can see that he narrowly wins that merge by just a little bit. Not a lot he can do with it because it wasn't a huge difference there. And I'm going to come around, turn rate of 11, 12. He's only doing 8 or 9. And you can see here I really start to pull on the stick, really bleeding off, pulling a lot of G's in order to win that one. Narrowly again, I win that one. And then this third one, if I remember correctly, turns out to be pretty neutral. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to dump the nose, build a little bit of speed. Maybe not the best idea. I could have stayed with him through those turns, but he's going to come down with me. And at this point, we have initiated a kind of a rolling scissor. Well, that's exactly what it is. And we got a one circle fight. So again, this is not where the F-16 wants to be. The one thing I want to talk about here, guys, is we have spoken in other videos about the F-18 rate fighting. It depends who you're fighting against, right? When I was fighting the Mirage, I'm gonna rate fight a Mirage. When I'm fighting the F-16, I'm not gonna rate fight the F-16. The F-16 is a rate fighter. It's probably the best aircraft in the world at that. And so I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not as good as him. But against the Mirage, I am a rate fighter if I'm in the Hornet, okay? So you gotta play to your advantages relative to your enemy. Okay, so because of that, I'm trying to force a one circle fight, which is actually what the Mirage was trying to force us to do in that fight, right? So now we're basically the Mirage, trying to force a one circle fight against another rate fighter. We are in this rolling scissor. The one thing you want to aim to do in the scissor is take your lift vector and put it on the Bandit 6 right around here. You're going to see in some of these situations where I have the lift vector out here, it's still on his 6, but it's just not completely on his 6. That's okay, but it's not great. You really want to keep it right around here, and this is going to create some geometry issues if you have it like this, but like the best pilots are going to be able to keep it somewhere in here on the Bandit 6. Okay, and that's really how you're going to be able to force a Bandit out in front during a scissor. I wonder why it's not showing his lift vector stuff. So you can see his lift vector is very clearly out in front of me, and this is why he is losing the scissor. And it's just as simple as that, really. You get shot out in front during a scissor and it's pretty much game over for you. And here's another thing. Minor mistake here, right? Very, very simple and subtle mistake, but something to think about with people who reverse fights, or sorry, reverse turns. When the Bandit is coming this way, and this was your initial path, you could have maybe made a two circle fight, you know, a rate fight or something. It would have been a better option than reversing the turn, where you end up right in front of the guy so he can shoot you. Right? I've seen a lot of situations where people encourage the reversal of the turn. It is one of the most dangerous things you can do in a dogfight. You solve a lot of BFM problems for your bandit when you reverse the turn right in front of them like this. There are situations to reverse the turn. They're very rare, and they really do depend on a mistake from your bandit. And one of those situations that I know of, for example, is if you are absolutely certain that your bandit will overshoot. Okay, then it's a decent time to reverse your turn. A bad time to reverse your turn is if you're this close to a bandit and you cross right in front of his nose because you reverse your turn. Okay, and this is exactly what happens here. Dead. Alright, so that's going to be that fight. Let's go ahead and look at one more and then we'll wrap it up for today. Alright guys, so here's the next fight. And this is the last fight of the 4 that we did. And I really want to do this one because there's a decent amount to talk about in this one. In terms of the Hornet defending itself against the F-16 in a raid fight. It is possible, very difficult, requires a lot of like timing and things like that. But we're going to talk about it a little bit in this one. So here's the merge. Mach 1.25 for the F-16. We're coming in at Mach 2, 1.2. So pretty decent, relatively the same speeds there. I honestly don't know. Like this is, look at this. This is one of the major advantages of the F-16 and its ability to fight at 9Gs and to easily pull 9Gs. Like look at how he pulls that turn at the bottom here. Look at that. Look how simple that is for him. I'm trying my best. I'm pulling the G limiter here even, which in real life you're not actually supposed to do in the Hornet as far as I know. You're not just supposed to pull the G limiter in a dogfight. Unless it's like, I don't know, to save your life or something. But anyway, so I tried my best in the Hornet and the F-16 beat me out. And you can see me trying to reverse the turn to force a 1 circle here. And he's just so much faster that he manages to force this 2 circle fight here. But anyway, this is where we are now. We are in the 2 circle fight. Alright, we have an indicated airspeed of 412, so I'm a little faster. I want to be about, I don't know, 350 to 380, probably in that range somewhere, and I would venture to say it's probably about 360. And the F-16 is going to want to be about 430-ish, maybe 400 to 430, probably no less than that, and he'll be rate fighting really well. Now again, we do have a problem with the F-16, and the G-lock mechanic starts way too soon. So with the G-lock mechanic on, you won't be able to do this. Without it, you can do it. With the G-lock, the pilot of the F-16 starts to black out at like 7 Gs or something like that, which is completely unacceptable because it's supposed to fight at 9 Gs. So I don't know what kind of pilot you got in there who's going to start blacking out at 7. So, and that limitation really does screw up the F-16. It literally removes its ability to fight the only way it was designed to fight. So that really needs to get fixed in DCS. Anyway, so here we are in our raid fight. You can see my indicated about 370, 380. So I'm getting to where I want to be. I'm getting a little fast here, so I'm pulling the Gs, trying to maintain that airspeed. You can see that F-16, he's going high and pulling hard through the bottom here, which is solving some of his BFM problems. At this point, though, he is coming in fairly high aspect, but what he's doing is pulling lead to get the kill. All right, and if I'm watching him carefully, I can see that. Okay, and you can see there's the Titan down. All right. Actually, no, wait, I don't think this is the Titan down. Yeah, it is. This is the Titan down. Okay. For some reason, I thought we did like 2 or 3 turns before that one. So anyway, the pilot is looking out of the back here. You should be always looking at the bandit, so you would see him pull the lead, okay, because you would see full frontal profile and probably a little bit of his underbelly if you're seeing a bandit pulling lead on you, which means he's about to shoot, so you need to do something. That means I am clearly inside of his HUD, okay? So what I'm going to do, look at my G's here, 6.9, okay, and I have 357 knots indicated. So I'm going to pull hard on that stick. and what I'm doing, and if you remember in the video, there were all kinds of vapors coming off the F-18 at that point. That is a visual cue for the F-16 pilot that I just pulled a lot of G's, and he would also see me shoot out of his HUD. I would go off to the right-hand side, and he would know that that bandit is tightening down. The other indicator is that that bandit just bled off a lot of his speed when he did that tighten down because of all the vapors that came off him. So there's visual cues you should also be looking for. So that F-16 is going to just go up. He's going to reposition and come back down. Now here I do reverse the turn because I'd be pretty stupid if I didn't, right? Like, well, let's watch this here where... Oh, I lost my pen. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. So in this situation, if I continued to go like this, right, and he goes up and he just comes right back down, like that's pretty stupid, right? Well, I'm just asking to get killed if I do that. So what I'm gonna do is, and we talked about always creating BFM problems for your bandit, right? So as he goes up to try to reposition, I'm gonna turn back into him. All right, this is gonna create all kinds of BFM problems for him instead of solving it for him by continuing the turn. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And so there's the reversal. However, it's late. That's the problem. I have little to no speed and it's a late reversal. If this was a Fox 2 situation and I had reversed a little sooner, I probably could have killed him. And in a gunfight, I would have created all kinds of problems. I would have made him completely defensive. The point at which you want to reverse the turn is actually right here. Right there. Right when you see him trying to go for the reposition, this is when you should reverse the turn. All right, I'm probably 2 to 3 seconds late on that reversal. And that's why when I come up, I cross right in front of him, and I'm dead. So there it is. All right, guys, that's going to be our tac view for today. We got the Feisty inverted flare drop, of course. Okay, guys, that's going to be the video. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to enter that draw for Thrustmaster if you live in the US or Canada. It's a great little prize, I think. 2 very awesome sticks from Thrustmaster. Yeah, good luck to anybody who enters that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.